Yo! Welcome back to a brand new video, and today we're talking about the SmackDown review, and we're talking about how SmackDown goes 2 hours. I know I missed last week's SmackDown. That's because it was 4th of July, and I was swimming, and I was doing a lot of fun stuff like that, too. So I missed the debut, the return of 2 hours SmackDowns, but I don't really care. Anyway, hit the subscribe button and hit the thumbs up button if you're new. Anyway, let's hop into today's video. So LA Knight says, Seth, I want your dignity, justice, and you. And that's not a prediction, that's a spoiler. Yeah. And he started going crazy on the yes. And then, ladies and gentlemen, my name is Paul Heyman came out. And he says, as Seth Rollins' personal oracle. By the way, that's the first time I've ever heard that word. The only time I've ever heard oracle was that baseball team. You know what I'm saying? That baseball, it was the Oakland Oracles or something. Whatever that baseball team is called, the Oracles. That's the only time I've ever heard that word a day in my entire life, bro. Tell me why. That's the first time I've ever heard that name before. And by the way, that briefcase is the greatest briefcase I've ever seen a day in my life, by the way, too. Anyway, and he says, as Seth Rollins' Oracle, I see the future, and there's no future for you at all. And then taking it off. Solo Sikoa with Tonga Loa the GOAT, and JC Orless Mateo. The MFTs, the family tree. By the way, where's Tonga, huh? We still got Solo looking out here on the weekend with the United States Championship. He says, sometimes some things change and some things stay the same. When you left the family, Paul, everything changed. No more wise man. And we're gonna put you through a table like we did last year. And Paul Heyman ran away. And then LA Knight, and then he turned his attention to LA Knight and said, Mr. Knight, you can leave and don't come back ever, or my MFTs will make sure you don't walk ever again. And then he said, he asked the crowd, should I leave? And they said, the crowd don't want me to leave. So they won't make me leave. And then they started fighting. Jimmy Uso came out. And of course, Nick Aldis came out and said, Gentlemen, thank you for fighting. Because I never book main events for SmackDown because I knew always someone's going to fight in the beginning of the show. No, be for real though. Nick Aldis is a terrible GM in reality. Think about this. This man doesn't have a main event booked, and then all of a sudden, when someone fights in the beginning of every single SmackDown, he has a show to book. That is some craziness right there. He does not book shows ahead of time. It's crazy. That's not what he actually said though, but of course that's what he really meant. Anyway, we had Soul Root. By the way, Jelly Roll was live today. You probably saw that from the thumbnail. Whatever. It was time for this big fail 4-way. I don't remember how many people were in this, but it was this women thing for Evolution. We had Soul Ruka, Roxy, Kyrie, who else? Alexa. I forget who else is in this. Who else is in this, by the way? I don't remember. But everybody's partners with the outside, I do remember that much. I don't remember who else was in here. I don't remember. I think that is that it? I can't tell. I don't know, it's kind of hard to see with this dumb stuff. Anyway, we got Soul stomping the chest of Kyrie and Roxanne. And of course, in every single women's tag team match with multiple people, or more than 2 people, they do the Doomsday spot, or what that called, that spot, you know what I'm talking about, where they do the superplex powerbomb thing. They do that. And then we saw Roxanne hit Alexa with that double springboard moonsault thing. And then Sol Ruka absolutely got her chest caved in after she got stomped by Kairi Sane. And then we got Soul Snatcher by Sol Ruka. And then Raquel Rodriguez put Roxanne's foot on the rope, causing Zarya to get in a fight with Raquel, throwing Raquel, or no, I think it was Zarya or Raquel, can't remember which one, but throwing them over the announce table, hitting Joe Tessitore in the face, and he went down. Bye-bye, Joe. And then we saw Kyrie Sane go for the insane elbow, but caught the edge of Alexa Bliss's, feet. Got hit with the twisting, the DDT, Sister Abigail. And by the way, we got popped for Charlotte. Charlotte got popped. The people actually are starting to like Charlotte with now she's teamed up with Alexa Bliss. Now, this is how you actually do it. Are you liking Charlotte now? Okay, whatever. I don't even know. But yeah, they won this match, so yeah. Anyway, it was time for the WWE Tag Team match where we had the White Six take on the Street Profits. And Angelo Dawkins went flying over the top rope and catching the two bodies, hitting a little senton from the top rope. Never seen him hit that before. Then the White Six hit some double team moves on him. And then the Street Profits hit their at Doomsday device, blockbuster thing. And then Montez hit a senton. Wait, no, he hit a nothing from the heavens. But then, when he tried to again to Dexter Lumis, they ducked out of the way, hit their tag team move. And for the 1, 2, 3, we got new WWE Tag Team Champions in the Wyatt Six. So congratulations to them. Anyway, let's move on to the Jolly Roll thing where he started singing, but Logan Paul came in and says, I hate when celebrities and influencers come to chase clout in the WWE ring. And this ring is sacred. This arena is sacred and you don't belong here. And basically, Logan's just telling Jelly Roll to go away, and this is like he's an outsider. It is very hypocritical of Logan, but I guess now Logan's been in the business in WWE for like 3 years at this point, so technically he's not an outsider no more. So you guys can't call Logan Paul an outsider. Also, quick question: Logan Paul is starting to mention his Impulsive podcast trying to deal with the WWE. So did the WWE buy Impulsive? Because if so, Impulsive's gonna be trash now. Come on. If Logan Paul sold Impulsive to WWE, that's disgusting. Now we're only gonna see WWE people on there. Bro, that'd be crazy, bro. Or maybe they would be losing Logan's podcast, just to or something. I don't know. Or we're just WWE Superstar. Will Mike still be the Did they buy his I don't know. All I know is, hey, WWE, Shanti Zep said wrestling is cool. It is available to buy. So, I mean, if you want to buy Santi Zep's wrestling is cool, you could do that, by the way, because he said it in his live stream today. Didn't post, I don't think it made it to social media, but yeah. But Randy Orton almost had a mental breakdown after he said, an outsider, you disrespect me this whole time. And then he did get Claymored into the face by Drew McIntyre, and then Logan Paul kept warming him in the face. But Jelly Roll grabbed Logan Paul by his unrepaired hair, threw him on the mat, and tried to go after, but Logan Paul ran away like he should have. But yeah. Anyway, it's time for R-Truth versus Aleister Black. This was a crazy match. How R-Truth can still, at 50-something years old, can still flip like that. Aleister Black tried to do a classic moonsault, but he landed on his feet. And sadly, when Aleister Black was about to use a chair, the referee took the chair out from Aleister Black. Then R-Truth rolled up Aleister Black for the 1, 2, 3 pin. And this is the first time since he returned to WWE that Aleister Black has been pinned. So yeah. By the way, Aleister Black took out Damian Priest after this match. So yeah. Anyway, let's get to the Trish Stratus and Tiffany Stratton segment for their thing before Evolution. And Tiffany basically said, I've beaten everybody else in this division. That's why I picked Tiffany for Trish Stratus for Evolution, and I need to beat her to become the GOAT. And Trish said, by the way, this shirt is crazy. Your First Crush is a crazy name. By the way, the attractiveness in this ring is off the charts, by the way. Anyway, Trish said, well, Tiffany, after I beat you on Sunday, you will be leaving with nothing. And you're right. You need to beat me to become the GOAT. Because something I'm already am. And I'm going to make sure everyone is stratisfaction. Because she said that for the last 25 years I've been doing this stratisfaction. What are you, John Cena, baby? My bad. Anyway, we had Naomi come out with her Money in the Bank briefcase, but she got attacked by Jade Cargill. And, yeah, that was pretty much it. Selling up that match for Evolution as well. By the way, speaking of Evolution, I'm not going to do the review of Evolution. I don't think. I'm going to be late on it because I don't think I'm going to watch the full thing, if anything, of Evolution live. Because I have to go somewhere. But I will make a review out of it after I'm done with my stuff. So, yeah. Saturday night's main event should be up tomorrow as well. So, yeah. Just want to let you guys know about that. But, yeah. Anyway, it was time for the main event. Quick show. I feel like time flew by, but it was LA Knight, Jimmy Uso. By the way, Jimmy Uso is taking on Solo Sikoa at Saturday main event tomorrow. I have Solo retaining. Just, I don't know. But, anyway, time for the tag match. We saw Jimmy Uso got Samoan dropped on the table. Didn't break, of course, but then we saw Jimmy take a booty to the face. LA Knight came in there, took out JC Mateo, and hit him with a megastar elbow drop. And then we saw Jimmy get hit with a nasty spinning solo. But after the Oracle, Paul Heyman got distracted. Solo Sikoa, Jimmy Uso rolls Solo Sikoa up and hits him with a pin, and Solo eats the BFT with LA Knight, but LA Knight gets hit with a nasty spear by Braun Breaker and a tsunami, or Sumami, as I like to call. Oh, my bad. And that was the end of the show. Just basically LA Knight getting destroyed by B&B security. And no Seth Rollins for this episode of Friday Night SmackDown. So, we're going to 2 PLEs, one technically all men's and one women's PLE. Even though Saturday night's main event isn't really a PLE, it's basically a PLE, because big stuff is going to happen. By the way, do you think Roman Reigns is going to return? I don't know. If he's going to have a match at SummerSlam, he probably will. But what do you guys think about this Friday Night SmackDown episode? I'm gonna give it a thumbs in the. I'm gonna give it a middle in the. I'm gonna give the thumbs in the middle because it wasn't that great, but it was a decent episode. Nothing really happened though. Too safe of the episode. But anyway, that's all. Bye.